guys, Rick Shaw here again, on the 2nd of April. This is Good Friday today, and there's that beautiful day some more. But just want to talk a little bit of the things that are on my mind today, and it should be on everybody's mind every day. But what went down here over a few thousand years ago, the lamb being led to the slaughter, amazes me. It just absolutely amazes me that the only begotten Son of God, the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, that he had the cojones to do what he knew was going to happen. I mean, what happened to him was absolutely brutal. He even asked his Father if he could pass the cup, but he did his Father's will instead of his own. And the ultimate sacrifice, unbelievable. To me, I sit back and I'm in amazement. I am in absolute amazement that he did something for me and for you guys. God said in the owner's manual, our owner's manual, that he knew us before we were born, and he knows us all. He knows our heart. One of the things I saw in the last couple of days is you're getting all these religious shows, Charlton Heston and Moses, and they're showing a lot of these shows, and good shows, but it seems to me this should be something that should, maybe Saturday, instead of these silly cartoons for all these kids, they should have that on where they can watch it. I remember when I was a kid, there was a cartoon that used to play on Saturday mornings, and it was the one we could watch. Saturday morning's the only one where we could have cereal or whatever like that, cold cereal with milk, and we could sit around and watch TV for a while in the morning. And that was what was on. It was basically a Bible study for kids, teaching you the different stories in the Bible. I don't see that now, and that to me is kind of sad. I wish that would be on. But, that's just how they're going. Now, this is a very Christian nation. I sit back sometimes and I look at the earthly mother of Jesus, how sad she must have been to watch her beautiful child getting murdered and slaughtered. I mean, he was slaughtered, and a horrible way to go. And I think about my little kids and how you would feel watching that, and to be helpless. But you got to remember, it was done for a purpose. He said right before his ghost left his body, he said, "It's finished." It was something that absolutely had to be done to save us guys. I mean, there's no saving ourselves. I see a lot of these preachers saying, "Oh, you got to do this and you got to do that in order to be saved." Well, just from my own studies, and you guys can weigh in here if you want, I think that was already done. We don't sacrifice anymore. You want to be like him. You don't want to sin, but we all sin. I do. Everybody does. And if you say you don't, you're a liar and you've just sinned. It's just how it is. But the lamb was sacrificed. And now I went ahead. I listened to one fella. I listened to Dr. Gene Kim. I listened to the other guy, I forget his name, he's the Australian that gets out on the corner in LA, around LA, I can't remember his name, but he thinks you have to do works to be saved. I don't know, from what I can see, I'm not buying that. It's good to do the works, you should. Now myself, I actually went and was baptized, dunked, you might say, back in '84. And the reason I did that was because Jesus had it done to him. He set the example, so I went ahead and did that myself. But I don't think works do it. Jesus did the work. He went ahead and did that for you. He's got you covered. He's your lawyer. He's your mouthpiece in God's court. He's going to stand and shield you from all evil. He's never going to give you, God says right in your owner's manual, he's never going to give you more than you can handle. Take that to heart, guys. It's not going to happen. So, things can get really bad. But it also says in there you can't change a hair on your head with worry. So don't worry, guys. They got this. They had this a couple thousand years ago, and they got it now. It's not going to stop. Satan is not going to win. He's lost already. Read your owner's manual. He is lost already. It's a done deal. Now, are we going to have to go through some crap? Yeah, look at what's happening in the world around us now. I think a lot of this thing has been escalated. Watch the signs. He tells you to look up. When you see the clouds coming, you know it's going to rain. I think we got some clouds coming. They're talking about the third temple now being built. A lot of stuff going on, guys. I remember my mother saying back in World War II, a lot of people thought, that the second coming was going to happen, but they knew better. They knew about the temples and Jesus, Jerusalem, and Israel wasn't a nation yet, because they look in their Bibles. You got to pull out your owner's manual. I got this nice washing machine over here, and sometimes it'll stop. And it'll throw a code. It'll throw this number on the screen. Well, I got to go over in the window there where I keep the owner's manual, and I got to pull that out and read it. And I keep it right there so it doesn't get lost. I lost the owner's manual to this camera I'm using right now, and it's trouble. I'm having a hard time getting into the menu and trying to fix a few things. Right now, I had it set up when I had the owner's manual. I was able to take the up and down button on the side of this camera and go to zoom just by pushing a button up or down. I could zoom it in to give you better pictures. And something happened in there. I lost the owner's manual, and I was fiddling around in there, like what people do, kind of in the dark. And I must have changed something, because now it doesn't do that, and I can't figure out how to do it because I've lost the owner's manual. Don't lose your owner's manual, guys. Keep that thing close. Go to it regular. Any answer you need, it's in there. There's nothing new under the sun. I hear people saying, oh, well, look at this and look at that and look how things are going now. This it never happened. Yes, it has. It all happened before. I remember just an example one time. I'm an Iroquois Indian, and somebody said, well, Iroquois Indians didn't grow hair. What are you talking about? Well, they didn't shave back then. Well, the Romans shaved. And you think those Indians grew a strip of hair right down the middle of their head? The mohawk? Give me a break. There's nothing new under the sun, people. There's just not. So, this is Good Friday today. He sacrificed so much a couple thousand years ago for everybody. And Easter Sunday's coming. That's when he's risen. The chains of the grave could not hold him. He rose, and he sits on high now, and he will return. He's coming back, guys. No man knows when. You can guess all you want. I see people guessing all the time on all kinds of stuff, but it's nothing but a guess, guys. But he will return. And I remember reading about, he'll come like a thief in the night. Well, I was watching a video here the other day, and everybody's got their own night that's coming. I was watching a video that a friend sent me, and it was an Indian fella standing there, thin fella, looked like he was 50s, and they had the camera on him because he was talking to his friend, and all of a sudden he just fell over straight backwards like a board and was dead. There's your thief in the night, guys. You don't know. I have my friend over here, boy, loved the guy, looked real healthy, smiling, happy. I went to his store all the time, not because of his prices, just because he was just such a nice guy, and I wanted to honor him that way by shopping at his store. And we'd always chit-chat. If there was a lot of people waiting in line, I didn't chit-chat, got my stuff and left. But a lot of times, if there wasn't anybody behind me, sometimes I'd sit there and chat with him half an hour. Just loved the man. Guess what? Out of the blue, poof. No anything. Gone. Heart attack. Dead. At least that's what they say. They didn't do any autopsy or anything, but they don't do that here. Unless you want to really pay for it, and then who do you know what you're going to get? You just don't know. But that's your thief in the night, guys. It can happen to anyone. We're not promised another breath. So, look to the good Lord. Keep your owner's manual close at hand, because you're going to need it. When you got these problems in life, lean on him. He gave you the book to look at. Lean on that book, and it's right there. His word is written. I get some people saying, "Oh yeah, well, it's written by man, blah blah blah." Well, it was inspired by God, so that's what we go on. So it's just a beautiful day. Think back to what was done for you. Don't ever forget that. Pray for each other. Pray to the good Lord daily. Talk to Him all the time, and not just when you're in trouble. I find myself sometimes I talk to Him more when something's going wrong. I'm guilty, guys. But I talk to Him, and I apologize to Him for that. And thank Him for these breasts I'm getting, these beautiful children, the nice place we're living. And we got a new house coming. Thank Him for all these gifts, and I hope He's with us for eternity. And these kids, I want to teach these kids so that they go. That I see them there. I'm looking forward to seeing my mother and my uncles and aunts again. Come from a family that they believed. My mother, my father was a Roman Catholic. Now there's a difference. He was a Roman Catholic. He would even go to Latin Mass and all this kind of stuff. And she wouldn't go. She said, I'm not a Catholic. She didn't like the idea of praying to Mary and reading out of a missal. She said, if you needed information, you look in the book itself. You don't go to some man's interpretation of it. And I just hope, but we don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. We're thinking of trying to take a ride out. We just talked to a neighbor saying the road was clear up to San Jose, and we're going to go up there, and I'd just like to see how it is in the churches. Tropical Tim said that, they got checkpoints everywhere. They're checking everybody, even in the jeepneys and all that, so they're a little more strict. But here, I still see it's a soft lockdown. I was able to easily go to the cash machine today, which is a pretty good ride. I think it was, it was about 8 kilometers ride, and I went past one checkpoint that was manned, but they're not stopping anyone. It wasn't too busy out today. We're in Holy Week. Everything's closed today. Good Friday. It's there's not much open. A lot of people are home. I'm smelling all kinds of barbecues starting around here already. There's lots of vehicles that weren't here, that aren't normally here, vans and stuff. I just saw up on the end there's a van driver. He's kind of hanging around out by his van. I don't know if they're getting ready to leave or what, but that's what's going on here now. So that's about what I have for today. I guess Rick's sermon, I don't know, but keep the Lord in your heart and your mind. Don't ever let Him go. He's never let you go. So it's Rick Shaw out.